Ramin, I have tons of questions that's come in about some of the stuff that you've asked. Can I ask those before we go, which is all the stuff you talked about?
Sure, go ahead.
One of the questions that I have, Lauren and Ramin, you're on the call as well, is can people from Nigeria website?
Sanaz, can you repeat that? You just fell out for about a second there.
So can people from Nigeria add funds to their card on their TruCash website?
Yes, if you have a credit card, you are able to reload your TruCash prepaid card at this time. That's correct.
Perfect. Ramin, maybe a question for you. If someone in my family is not a GWT member, can they order a TruCash card?
Well, they cannot, but you can get it for them. So the answer is, if you're a consultant, you have direct access, and yes, you can order more for your spouse, for your children. In fact, families who have kids in college, this is what a perfect way to make sure that they're secure anytime they need something. Instantly, within a few seconds, they get what they want. There's no other way to doing it.
Okay, just so that I can clarify that. So if someone is not a luxury consultant, it has to be a spouse or sibling to be able to get a TruCash MasterCard, or it could be anyone?
Well, again, to get the GWT card, you have to be a member, right? So if I'm a member, I can get it for my family members who are not members. But at the end of the day, so that you need a member to place the order for you, because if you're not a member.
And it's only the customizable ones, is that right?
Well, I mean, you can have the other one. The other one, again, why pay the same fee and not have your name on it? So you might as well, yes, order the customized ones with your name on it. You can use it as an ID.
Okay, that's something we have to set up admin-wise, but no, we do not have it. So just so that I'm clear as well, so someone who's a non-GWT member can get a GWT member through their back office to place a custom order for a customized card that costs them basically for a customization.
So there's nothing we need to do from the admin side. If I'm an LC, I can send an email, please send me 4 customized cards, here's the names, here's the fee, and that's it. But we recognize our LCs, not somebody from outside GWT. And of course, whether we're going to allow for them to place it for other people, I'm not sure yet, but certainly for family members, it's something we need to do.
Absolutely. They only just have to purchase one of the customized cards, and of course we can give them access. The next question is, can I have multiple GWT MasterCards?
At this time, you can have the luxury consultant card as well as the personalized card, because we do not cancel your luxury consultant once you have sent in the request for a personalized card. So you can have more than one GWT prepaid card.
Now, in the old days, Lauren, in the old days, because it was we didn't have this reserve option, we had handed multiple cards to our top producers because $7,500 really a one-week paycheck for them. So they had multiple cards. I suppose now we don't need that anymore, because if the minute they use, it gets reloaded, right?
The next morning, yes. At 2 a.m. the next morning, the funds are removed from the reserve and automatically placed. And it's a better functionality. It's also a better process because you can track all your funds on one card rather than multiple funds. You can see exactly what you purchased, where your funds went, when you got it, how you purchased on one card rather than multiple cards.
I mean, that's important as well. That's wonderful, because how many times we have a difficult time monitoring the different credit cards we have, right? So now you just load the GWT card, and in one platform, whether from your cell phone or whether from the website, you can actually monitor all your transactions in one platform versus, between your bank account or your credit cards. It's very difficult to manage.
Perfect. And just to clarify with all of our email operators, if you visit your back office, there is a tab called GWT MasterCards, and if you wanted to just get a regular MasterCard without your name, it is $20 Canadian. If you do want to get a customized one, it is $35, but as you heard, our founder and CEO as well as are a lot better. It's easier to check into hotels. It's much easier when it comes to airlines, etc. Now, Lauren, before I have tons and tons of questions to read over for you, but maybe you can also reiterate, if someone just has a regular luxury consultant, a debit MasterCard, when they're making a purchase online or if they're on a website, and when it asks them for name, do you put in luxury consultant or do you put in the actual name? If you can clarify that, please.
Okay, so when you're doing online purchases, the best practice is to use the name that is registered to the card and not luxury consultant. So you use your actual first and last name as per how you have it on the card, registered on the card, as well as your address and information. That way, when the MasterCard does the ABS checks, like a credit card, the information will match and the transaction would be approved.
Perfect. And another question I have is it compulsory to have our names on the card, and what are the benefits? We talked a little bit about that. Maybe you can elaborate on that.
Okay, so as stated, it's not compulsory, but it is way better. It's more beneficial to you. That way you wouldn't get any questions regarding, I know in some countries they may question why your name is not on the card, so it's much beneficial to you. And as Ramin and Sanaz stated, it can be used as a form of identification, especially if you wish to withdraw funds via the bank. So it's a form of security as well, your name, your funds, your ID, to utilize the prepaid MasterCard.
In most banks, every time you go somewhere to do anything with a bank, they ask for two pieces of ID. So one of them is usually your driver's license or a passport. The second one is the credit card, in which case your GWT, and most people don't have credit cards around the world, so now you could use a GWT customized card as your second ID. Other than that, you're stuck with one ID, and most places ask for two IDs if you want to do any live transactions.
That's correct.
Beautiful. Another question I have is, how can we load money to the card outside of the GWT e-wallet?
Well, you can reload the GWT MasterCard if you already have a credit card, so you can transfer funds from your credit card to the GWT card. Another benefit would be if you are a Canadian bank account, you can do Interact money transfer and the funds will be placed on your GWT prepaid MasterCard.
Okay, so there's a number of ways, other ways you can do this well. For example, in Canada, Lauren, you guys also have your debit, right? Where people can actually use their bank account to load the card, correct?
That's correct. The Interact bank account for Canadian bank accounts, once you have an online banking, you can do the Interact transfer directly onto the GWT card.
And outside Canada, you can transfer from credit card, your regular credit card to this, for, another TruCash card to this. There was a couple of other options. Oh, in some areas, don't you guys have loading stations as well?
That's strictly for Canada at this time. We have limited loading stations, but again, yes, only for Canadian accounts at this time.
Perfect.
So you visit a loading station. It's called the MasterCard Repower. You present your GWT prepaid card and cash, and the cash amount will be loaded onto your card. Right now, I think we have 100 locations within Ontario at this time.
Here's the best part as well. Maybe you don't have a credit card to load your TruCash card, but you know somebody who does. You pay them the money. They pay their credit card. They load their from their credit card to your card, or they load their TruCash card and then transfer it to you. So again, the options are there. You may have to go through a couple of steps, but the options are there to be able to load this card and use it instantly.
That's correct.
Beautiful. I love it. Great information. Another question I have is, can we load the card from our debit card, not necessarily only from our GWT e-wallet? So now they're talking about debit transactions.
So the only way to load your card with a debit card, well, directly it's not a debit card, If your debit card is on the Visa or MasterCard rails, then yes, it's doable because it will be considered a credit card transaction. So you will go to reload your card where there's the credit transaction. But if it's not a Visa or MasterCard debit card, then no, it's not a functionality that we have at this time. Because I know in Canada, a lot of banks utilize the Visa or MasterCard debit functionality as a card linked to your bank account.
Lauren, let me ask you this. You might not have the answer. Can people use Western Union or PayPal to load the GWT card?
Funny you should mention that. At this time, no, but I know Diana and the IT team, they are working towards expanding the loading functionality. So I know they were in talks with Western Union. I'm not so sure about PayPal, but I know we were investigating the Western Union angle for loading cards.
Perfect. Great news for our top producers. And of course, everybody once you get there. Once you build the credibility with TruCash as well as, of course, with MasterCard, they go to bat for you. And many companies, they only have a $2,500 limit on their card. And we started that way as well. Now, as you build your credibility, it goes higher to $5,000. The maximum is $7,500, which we have in GWT. We got the maximum allowable limit on these cards. Of course, now we have the reserve option, but Diane told me recently that now we can't do this obviously for everybody, but once you're there at the top level, like some of our people who make about $10,000 a week or so, we actually now can issue specialty cards for those folks, which is going to be a different color. It's almost like the black card, where I believe, Lauren, is up to $30,000 is the limit?
That's right. We do have a corporate limit card where the maximum allowable amount is $30,000.
I know people like Reza, Renee, and Sherry, and these guys are jumping up for joy. You know, if anything, they want their GWT black card to show, hey, we've capped. Maybe that's what we should do, Sanaz. Anyone who caps, they get a GWT black card. That's $10,000 a week, and again, matter of pride, and promotes their business, their success, their family, friends, their team. Maybe we can have some fun with this.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I know if I was still an email operator, I would definitely want one of those that's going to be different. Okay, so just to clarify, Lauren, so if it is a debit Visa or debit MasterCard, like an existing debit card that's Canadian, it does apply.
If it's so I know, like I said, in the U.S. and Canada, if your debit card is a Visa or MasterCard, then you can reload using the credit card functionality as though it's a credit card. For Canada only, it's the debit function as well as the Interact online transfer function.
So Lauren, for people, just for clarity, in other words, if you're looking on your debit card, your bank debit card, RBC, TD, whatever, Zenith, whatever, and if you see a MasterCard and Visa logo, those are on the MasterCard and Visa rail, what you're talking about, and they can transfer.
That's correct. So you use the Visa, the reload functionality for the credit card, and it will work because that works on the same rails as a Visa or MasterCard.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm going to let you answer this question, but it's which currency is the app in?
The app is in the same currency as a GWT card, Canadian dollars.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. And I've already answered, can you have, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you get a non-customized one, it's $20. If you get a customized one, it's $35. So it is 100% better to definitely get a customized one because it gives you so much more access. It acts like an ID. It is so much easier for booking car rentals, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So
just for fun, before we close the call, Sanaz, I'll let you do the questions. But I'm going to get off. But before we close the call, Lauren, maybe you want to give us some highlights of what's coming with TruCash and DCR, your future, some of the exciting things with regards to, I guess, being able to pay your bills online and Forex and those type of things. I know that Diana is a visionary, She's a female version of me where she wants to conquer the world. So I know you guys are doing some incredible work. Maybe you want to dazzle our people at the end of the call once the questions are finished with some of the areas that you guys are getting into that not only makes you the heavyweight in the prepaid aspect of the world, basically any type of payment solution, you're really getting to the MasterCard business with regards to Forex and so forth. So I'd love to hear some of those announcements, at least highlights for the future of where this year is going.
Okay, great. No problem, Ramin. That's not a problem. We will be able to give any updates that we have.
Perfect. And I have tons of questions to still go through. So for all of you that are... Hi, Ramin.
No, this is Abdulrazak.
Hi, Abdur. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm sorry to cut you. I just wanted to put in a remark before Ramin leaves the call.
I'm sorry?
I wanted to put a remark in before Ramin leaves the call.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. And we're not ending the call, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We have lots of questions that you still have. But yes, go ahead and add your remark before Ramin departs.
Thank you so much. I want to thank, Ramin and Sanaz for being on the call, and Lauren, thank you so much for your explanation. Just a quick reminder. I know that we have a bit of some issues with the GWT card. I'm sure Sanaz and Ramin are aware. I just wanted to reiterate that this is a powerful card, and Ramin has highlighted all the powerful ways that we can use it, and of course with a market and a place like Africa, this is one very, very important aspect of our business. So I just want to remind us about that. Second thing is I have a question for Laurie. Laurie, my card was compromised last year, and I put in a complaint, but I've not received any response. Well, I received the response to go ahead with the application, which I did, but since then I've not received any feedback yet. So I'm wondering if there's any other thing that I need to do before I can get my complaint answered.
Thanks for the question. So let me get this straight. Your card was compromised and you sent in a dispute, and no action is yet?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'll do, is it Abdur?
Abdulrazak Abdulaziz.
Okay, so I will search for your account, and do you have an email linked to your current card? That way I can email you any updates and follow-ups. Can you give me your email address? I'll give it to Sanaz, and then I'll follow up.
Exactly. I'll share that. That's not information to be shared on our webinar, but I'll pass that on, and you and Abdulrazak can figure that out together.
Great.
Awesome. So I do have, thank you, Abdulrazak. Again, when it comes to any inquiries that you do have, before we end the call, we're going to put up a screen. It is going to be for the customer service line of TruCash. Lauren, who's just basically taken over our entire account, will be looking at all of the aspects of customer service, enhancements to the customer service, resetting PIN. And you know what, as I mentioned earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be giving you quarterly updates and trainings. There's tons of stuff coming, but you know what, get ready, because TruCash is just going to a different level, and once you hear the amazing, exciting news that she has, you're just going to fall off your chair. But Lauren, I wanted to continue a little bit with more of the questions that some of our luxury consultants have. Can we transfer money from our checking account to the GWT transfer card, to GWT card to our checking account? And I think you've already answered this, as long as you said it is a Visa or MasterCard debit card, correct?
Visa or MasterCard debit card can transfer funds to the prepaid card or through Interact for Canadians, Interact email money transfer.
Beautiful. Another question is, what banks Lauren?
Could you repeat? You cut out there for a second.
Oh, sorry. It says, what banks does TruCash use or partner with?
Currently, the bank that we utilize for the GWT card would be the Home Trust Company, and they're the ones who back the GWT MasterCard.
Okay. I have another question, which I have to answer. It says, does the regular shipping fees into international countries or Canada apply for a MasterCard or for a new personalized card? And the answer is no. The rates are based on postage, depending on the countries that are being shipped to, but it's not the regular weight shipments that apply for product orders. So the next question is, how many cards can one have? Of course, we already answered this. Our CEO had said that you can go online and order them through your back office. But of course, they're going to be in different names. As Lauren mentioned, that they do have higher values, so you won't need multiple cards anymore. So this question is for you, Lauren. Do people from Nigeria need a credit card to add funds to their GWT card, or is there any way for them?
For Nigeria, just like the rest of the other countries, in order to reload your GWT prepaid MasterCard, yes, you will need to load it via a credit card, or if someone sends you funds from another GWT account with the card-to-card functionality. Those are the two ways to load a GWT card regardless of where you are, but it definitely will work for Nigeria.
Perfect. So I know this next question is something that I even asked you, and once we went over it, we realized the amazing benefits that we have with TruCash. The question is, can you please review some of the additional fees? Everything sounds fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, for the fees, I'll put that over to Sarah because she's versed in that aspect.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry, Sanaz, what additional fees were you inquiring about? Just all the regular fees, or?
Well, I think one of the things, Sarah, when we were talking in our meeting at TruCash the other week when I was there, when we actually break it down, a lot of people are paying a lot more at their own banks. With every transaction, there's different fees, there's the monthlies, and when you actually add it up, it works out to be quite a bit. So, you know, I guess they wanted to be able to review some of the additional fees, where maybe with that, what we can do is we can put a document together and upload it in our back office as opposed to going through them one by one today, because there might be a specific one that they're looking for. But one thing we did talk about is that definitely the GWT MasterCard is much less than the average banks as well, and that's why we're encouraging people to use the GWT MasterCard.
Yes, it's definitely worth having this card, just because when it comes down to using the card to, like, say $1,000 on one transaction, they charge you 50 cents. Where, you know, if you're doing multiple transactions with a bank, for every transaction I've heard here, they could charge you $1.50. So sometimes you have unlimited or whatever, but, you know, it really depends that on what you are spending the amount that's on the card. Besides that, you know, you have the flexibility to withdraw money from an ATM, which is only $2.50, plus whatever the ATM is charging. So it definitely comes down to being much lower than what a regular bank would charge.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's something.
Naz, just to interject, so we will be presenting when it's been approved the comparison of the GWT card versus other prepaid cards and versus other bank accounts that we know of.
Love it, love it. And I know this is something that you ladies have been working on. Again, I actually got to appreciate TruCash so much more after our meeting, because when I learned all the benefits and, of course, everything that we're sharing with our email operators tonight, I'm super excited about. All right, so next question. So this is specific to someone who asked me, can you please review the, oh, sorry, I've already answered that one. I placed an order for 2 extra cards and my order was canceled. I called and I was told I can only have 1 card. Yes, so that is a policy that we have changed. And I do apologize that's happened for you, but we are making some adjustments, and now effective as our CEO's release tonight, you are able to have the extra additional cards in different names, of course. So you want to make sure that you placing your order will basically set you up, and then of course you can activate them. So you can go ahead, for those of you who are interested, you can of course log into your back office, place your custom order, and of course we can take care of you right away. Can I have the same number? So Lauren, this is for you, or Sarah, I'm not sure. Can I have the same number card if I customize my card? I guess it's the same card that they currently have, possibly.
No, the rules of the prepaid industry would be, it's not the same as the credit card, so each time you get a new card, it will be a completely different account number or card number. So you would never get the same card repeated.
Correct. Okay, perfect.
That's also a very good security process. Okay, so.
Yes, of course. Okay, so it says, are there some rewards when I pay with a GWT MasterCard to people? Sorry, I'm just going to read this again. Are there some rewards when I pay with a GWT MasterCard to people when they spend with this particular card? I guess we're talking about the GWT.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Can you, again, you fell out there again.
Oh, okay. I apologize, but that, ladies and gentlemen. And then GWT MasterCard to people when they spend this particular card.
If there are any benefits or rewards directly on the prepaid card is the question. When they utilize the card?
Yeah, the question is a little bit vague, but I'm assuming, they're asking, is there any benefits? I mean, one of the benefits, Lauren, that we've talked about is that anyone can qualify for this card. There's no credit check like you talked about. You automatically get a professional credit card with your name on it that can be used anywhere in the globe. I think that's also huge.
That's correct.
Okay. So the question is, why not customize the cards automatically and have the names put on them right away? I can answer that. Number one, every single brand new email operator automatically receives a free card with us. And the reason that we don't customize it right away is that would slow down the process of someone being able to get their kit. So we didn't want to do that. So now that's why everyone automatically gets their first one complimentary for free when you become a luxury consultant as a retailer or higher. However, if you like to get the customized version, of course, which makes sense, like you're asking, Amy, then you can definitely do that. But of course, the process takes a little bit longer, and that is the reason why we don't give everyone a customized card. Also, when it comes to different luxury consultants from different ethnic backgrounds, sometimes they don't put their legal name, sometimes they change it, and therefore due to spelling and that sort of customization, we don't send it out. I don't know, Lauren or Sarah, if you want to add anything else that I just added.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine what you said, because yeah, once you do personalize the card, it's in your name, it's linked to you as an ID, and the spelling and the name has to be correct.
Perfect. Now I think you covered this a little bit, and if you did, maybe we can go to that screen, and it says, can we deposit funds into our GWT MasterCard outside of GWT's e-wallet?
Yes. That again would be via the credit card option, or if you have a Visa or MasterCard debit card linked to your bank account. If you are Canadian and you have online banking, you can do Interact email money transfer, and of course the card-to-card from GWT, a GWT card to pay another GWT card. So those are the ways that you can reload your GWT card outside of the GWT wallet.
Beautiful. Okay, so someone says, let me just go scroll up to the comments. It says, I have had my card for a while, and I want to go to the mobile app and sign in, but it says activating account. Please wait. Nothing happens after that. I have used the app in the past and don't know why I cannot log in now. Is it that they just need to reset it, or?
Yes, if that occurs, I've spoken to the app company, and they said it's the best way to get back onto the app would be to uninstall and reinstall the app on your phone, and then it will begin working as usual.
I think, Lauren, also one of the things that we did talk about is if someone has downloaded in the past, there's been tons of updates that TruCash has done recently, and there's a lot happening with your company. There's a lot of new developments. It's almost like our phase 6 that I talked about at our meeting, which is like a new decade, a new beginning. Also, you're past your 10-year mark, and you're updating a lot, and you guys are getting better, and you're creating a lot of new systems and upgrading your app. I know we just made an easier landing page as well to make it really simple. So, getting rid of extra steps, as we call it. So I love where this is heading, and I think it's just the beginning of, all right. So the next question, I just want to add the new feature in the back office. I just went and added the new feature in the back office. It is really easy to register the card without doing really any extra steps. Really simple. Thank you. Okay, so the next question is, can they increase the limit withdrawal to $1,000 a day from TD Banks for Scotia? I don't know how that works when it comes to daily limits. Lauren, Sarah?
The daily limit on the prepaid card is $1,000 a day, but it's also restricted to the ATM that you are utilizing. So I think TD may have a lower limit than Scotia. It depends on the ATM setup. Some banks will only allow you a maximum of 600 in one transaction. So you will have to do 500, then another 500. That's the only way you can get 1,000, because some ATMs restrict the amount of money that is dispensed.
Yeah, that's actually happened to me, where there's even some ATMs that are even lower at $200-300 as well.
Correct. And it depends on the currency as well. In certain countries, it will be even much lower. Sometimes it will be $200 because of the amount of the amount of money that needs to be dispensed because of the currency of that country.
Perfect. So now there's a reverse question. It says, can we transfer money from our GWT TruCash card to our bank account?
That is another thing that we are working on with the current processor that utilizes the MasterCard rails. We are looking at EFT, and that will take the funds from your prepaid card using the MasterCard rails into your bank account. So again, that's one of the new and exciting developments that TruCash is working directly with MasterCard and the banks with to bring on board.
Beautiful. Okay, next question. With the card that we already have as luxury consultants on there, how can we change our password?
To change your password, well, once you can change your password on the new login site, because you can go to the profile tab and update the password in order for you to have a new password.
Actually, Laura,
go ahead.
Yeah, I actually logged in after I got my first GWT MasterCard, and I was playing around with it a little bit, and I realized how simple and seamless it is in the back office. I love what your IT team has done. It's beautiful.
Great. So to make everything in that one line, that one menu tab available, and as we go along, whatever functionality that we have will be added to the new e-wallet.
Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, and that also applies if someone's forgot their password, correct?
Correct. If you forgot your password and you have an email, it will automatically send you the link to reset your password to that email address that's linked to the prepaid card.
Perfect. Okay, so can you transfer funds, which we've already covered that one. When we load from our credit card, is that considered as a purchase for the credit card or a cash withdrawal? Because cash withdrawal from a credit card has, I guess, higher interest rates?
Yes, that's one of the major benefits of utilizing Reload, your prepaid card with a credit card. It is not considered a cash withdrawal. It's considered a purchase because it will fall under a TruCash purchase, even though the funds are transferred to another prepaid card. So you won't be getting the instant interest that occurs if you do a cash withdrawal from a credit card.
Beautiful. Love it. Okay, next one. Can we have monthly statements like banks do so that we can see and print our monthly transactions with our names on it too? Right now, if we print it, there's no form, there's no names, or and format is not right. Can that be upgraded?
Well, if you check on the new format, on the new e-wallet, the card number and the date, it's very structured. So it's card number, date, functionality, whether it's a withdrawal, a purchase for ATM and so on, and the amount. So it's all there. I would have to check with IT if they can in fact add a print and develop, and it will automatically pull the transactions, add your name and your card number. So that is definitely something we can look into, another great development that we should have.
I love it. That's fantastic. Next question is for me. I'll answer this. Is there any way to get the card sent to South Africa without having to pay regular product shipping fees? And the answer is absolutely. We would never ship a customized card using the same rates as a product order, as it is not a product order, but it is an envelope. So, of course, you can always inquire within the office, and it's actually much less. I think for South Africa overall, I think is about $20 Canadian. Next comment or question. My God, Maria, I should just do a webinar for you with all your questions. You make too much money. CIBC has a Visa debit card and it's free. CIBC has a Visa debit card and it's free with no credit check. Okay, so what's your question? I don't understand. Please clarify that. Sherry, who's one of our top, she's our top female income earner, Lauren and Sarah say, wow, I love the 30K limit. Laugh out loud. I definitely qualify for one of those. Yeah, you do. You make a lot of money. All right. Next question is, can I get my company to pay my salary into my GWT TruCash MasterCard? And if yes, what are the necessary requirements? That's a great question.
You wish to have the company pay your salary to the TruCash MasterCard? Is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question. Mm-hmm.
Will the company, well, they'll have to send the funds to the GWT account, and then it will be able to be loaded to the prepaid MasterCard, but your company can't directly load the prepaid MasterCard. So they'll have to make an arrangement with GWT in order for the funds to be loaded onto your card and replenish the GWT accounts, or send it to your, is there a way to send the funds to your GWT wallet and then load it to your prepaid MasterCard?
Yeah, if you can just send me an email later on, Lauren, on how to do that, then maybe we can send out some information to our luxury consultants about that as well. I mean, I love the idea, and if we can do it, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Go ahead, sorry. Okay. Oh, great. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. So when making, okay, so here's another question. When making a retail sale in person, not from the website, can our customers pay us doing a transfer from their credit card to our GWT MasterCard? Now, Lauren, before you answer this is such a vital part to our business. And Rebecca, thank you for asking such an amazing question. So one of the things that we're doing in our Phase 6 is all about doing a lot of retail. So when our luxury consultants buy products from us and they're doing a home show or they're doing a trade show, they don't want to be able to, of course, we don't even want them to be able to have POS machines that are charging transactions or, you know, people doing, but we need people to pay them. So I know when it comes to MasterCards, you can definitely do payments. So is there any way that our luxury consultants, our email operators can have their customers to do a transfer from their credit card to a GWT MasterCard to pay for a product?
Oh, that's a good, let me think about that for a second. Hold on. So another credit card pay directly into the GWT card?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So this is not a member. This is what we would call a VIP customer. And the VIP customer would want to pay one of our email operators for, let's say, a necklace of $50. So can they take from their debit MasterCard or debit Visa card, basically transfer it to the GWT MasterCard for them to get paid for the product?
I'm not sure. I don't think that is possible because the reload for a credit card has to be linked to the prepaid card. So let me find out that information, Sanaz, and I can send you a more detailed answer so that at least you can post it so everybody will be aware. I'll check that out for you.
I mean, that alone, it would be fantastic. I mean, doing all the retail and leading that part of the company, you and I can definitely talk about it. And I'm so excited for you to take over our account because I think we're gonna do a lot of amazing things for us. And I think this is a huge part because when you want to do home parties, branding parties, trade shows, ladies and gentlemen, imagine being able to use your TruCash card to be able to get payments from your customers immediately, and they can walk away from the product. So we'll definitely work together to try to come up with a great solution like that. Okay, next question. Of course, our top female income earner says, can I get my GWT Black card? I mean, so we're working on it. That's a new development as well. Maxwell says, I want one. You definitely are on the right track, Maxwell, to get one of those as well, and we'll work on that. Okay, so next question I have for you, Lauren and Sarah, is therefore with a GWT card, we can send and receive money. The maximum we can load on this card at this point now with the new developments is $7,500. And how much maximum can we withdraw by the day?
The limit as set for the bank will always be $1,000. I know Diana is working with the bank to see if that cash limit can be increased for daily withdrawals. But at this time, regardless of the balance on the account, your balance is your ATM limit per day is $1,000. So however, you can spend a maximum of $7,500 online or at point of sale.
Perfect. So it has nothing to do with TruCash. I just want to make sure all of our email operators understand. It's not a TruCash thing. It is basically the bank, the country, the actual ATM physical machine of what it's programmed to do. Some ATM machines have a maximum of $200 to $300. Some of them have $500, and some of them are really at what you were saying. Again, Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong, $1,000. But if it's not, they can do multiple withdrawals. But TruCash, what is the maximum that they can do one withdrawal in? I mean, sorry, multiple transactions in one day.
Multiple transactions in one day for ATM would be a maximum of $1,000. So you can do $100 10 times.
Okay, perfect.
So, like I said, it all depends on the ATM, the country you're in, and so on.
Okay, perfect. So it's $1,000.
$1,000 per day.
Beautiful. So now a little trick to tell you guys. I know a lot of our top income earners, what they do is if they're going to the ATM machine, they're going before, 11:58, 11:57, and then when the clock ticks and it goes to the next day, they're doing the withdrawal. So their withdrawal basically goes up, doubles, because even though they're minutes apart, they're 2 different days. So that's a little trick I know some of our top players do when it comes to withdrawals. Another question for you, ladies, the card at ATM machines in all countries of the Eurozone.
Could you repeat that question?
Yep. Can we use the GWT prepaid MasterCard at ATM in all countries such as the European market?
Definitely, you can use the card in any and most countries. However, if that ATM, because I know in Europe they have the chip mandate, if that ATM only accepts chip cards, then it obviously wouldn't be accepted. But it has been accepted. We have tons of transactions, ATM transactions from around the world, including many European countries.
Beautiful. Question for you. Actually, it's a really good one as well. All of the questions are fantastic, but some of them I never even thought of. Someone wrote, being that I'm in the U.S., if I transfer money from my Visa debit card to my GWT TruCard, if I reside in the U.S., will the money automatically convert into Canadian currency?
Yes, the funds that are loaded onto the GWT card will always be Canadian. So when you do a debit, it's converted, and then we will load the funds accordingly.
Great. Another question, how useful is this card to me if I don't own a pre-existing credit card?
So as stated, so you want to know if you can get a card even if you don't have a credit card? Is that the question?
Yeah, how is this card useful to me if I don't even have a pre-existing credit card? And one of the biggest benefits, as we talked about, which I want to reiterate again, you don't need any credit check to be able to get this credit card. So if you're making your GWT commissions, you are able to automatically own your own personalized credit card by just becoming a GWT luxury consultant. So you really don't need to have any existing credit cards. We want your GWT MasterCard to become a one-stop shop for you to basically use. And I don't know if you want to add anything else to that, Lauren.
No, that's correct. That is definitely correct. No credit check, no credit history is required. So therefore, in countries that do not support the credit system, you do not require any information like that.
Perfect. So another question we have is, before the benefits of the GWT MasterCard was that you used to get cash rewards and benefits for accumulating points of use of your card. Will this be coming back?
Yes, definitely. We are sending a proposal across to the GWT management, and then we will be implementing a point system on the GWT account, and then of course we have the points to cash conversion. That will be another way you can load onto your GWT card once that comes to fruition.
Absolutely. Again, just so that everyone knows, whether you've been a luxury consultant for a day or for 9-10 years, there's lots of great developments that are coming back, and we're really starting to focus on the next decade. It's about simplicity, it's about duplication, and it's about making it easier for all of you. So what is the initial daily cash withdrawal, and can it be raised? So the answer to the or it could be less based on the ATM machine that you are using. The reason that we haven't raised it more than 1,000 is for security reasons, and it is to protect yourself. Did I miss anything else from that, Lauren?
No, that is absolutely correct.
Perfect. So the next question is, are there any rewards for the GWT MasterCard, like the cashback or miles of travel? Like we mentioned earlier on, great question. That is something that is in the works. And in our meeting with TruCash last week, that was actually one of the conversations that we had, the benefits, some perks, some incentives, and we're going to keep you posted with that. So about the app, I have just, deleted it and re-downloaded the app, but I still have the problem. Now, one thing I could recommend for you to do, Chris, it could be that you need to do a software update in your phone. That's why it's not reading it, because I'm on Apple. I don't know if you're on Apple or Android. I downloaded it within seconds. I went into it. I tested it. So sometimes you just need to do a reboot. You need to update your software, reload the software, and get it active. Because again, and if you do still have that question, or if you still do have that problem, maybe what we can do, Lauren, is go to the last slide where it is your coordinates and all your contact details for TruCash. So if anyone does have any sort of activations for their account, they can of course contact you. So ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to upload it so you can see the screen for Lauren and TruCash and any coordinates that you need. I would highly recommend take a picture with your phone. Make sure you have these coordinates on file. If you guys do need any help with your app or with any questions, of course TruCash is, like we said, an amazing partner that's going to be able to help you get all your questions answered. Okay, so moving on to the last couple questions. I know you guys are excited. There's tons of questions, so there we go. This is the TruCash DCR Strategies Inc. Their address is there, the phone number, the ladies' information are on there as well if you do need to call them and get in touch with them. So the next question I have for you ladies is if I want to load my TruCash card from another credit card, would that be considered a cash advance or purchase? Which we already answered that, but you can answer it one more time.
Right, so the way we have set it up would be it would be a TruCash purchase, therefore it would not be considered a cash advance, and you would not run the risk of getting automatically charged interest instantaneously. It will be considered a TruCash purchase.
Perfect. All right, Leo Mr. 007 says TD allows $1,000. I do it all the time. It's pocket change. I'm just joking. He never said that. It's $1,000 at TD, he's saying. All right. Sanaz, can you call the bank and have the limit of the bank cards increase? You can call the bank and have the limits on the bank cards increase. I used to work at TD. Can the same thing be done with TruCash?
No, the prepaid limit is set by the bank and by MasterCard. So like I said, we are working with the bank and MasterCard in order to increase the ATM limit for the day, but it's set at 1,000, and as Sanaz said, it's a security purposes. But we are working to increase that.
Beautiful. Another question is, does the app work on all phones or just Android? All apps all applications say everything about Android and nothing about the iPhone, and the answer is absolutely, it's applicable for Android and Apple. I've actually downloaded it. If you go to the App Store, one more time, again, Lauren, if you could just show us what the app name is. It's called I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'll wait for you to pull that up.
GWT TruTap. And it's available on the App Store as well as the Play Store for Android.
Beautiful. So App Store and Play Store, it is called TruTap, and GWT right beside it, and right away you're going to see the gold GWT logo with a swirl.
Correct.
Right beside it. So the next question is, I've lost my password. What can I do? Again, Lauren, you've answered this. I'm going to just reiterate it one more time. Or maybe you can go ahead, actually. I've lost my password. What can I do?
So if you have an email linked to your account, you click on Forget Password on the GWT Corporate TruCash site. If you do not have an email, you need to give us a call, and we will go through a number of security questions and verification before we reset your password. Once we have reset your password to something generic, you can log in, go to the Profile tab, and update and change that password the generic password that we have given you over the phone. But the safest way would be once you have the email, we have the email system where you get an email with a link on how to reset your password.
Perfect. So the next question is, can I customize my card at any time, or is there a limit date for existing members to have it by? Since we're going through a change, we will be getting our monthly statement. So, you know, Lauren, you and I talked about this where we said that obviously the reason we wanted to have this webinar is to be able to give knowledge and information to our luxury consultants, and we're not putting a deadline for you to place your customized order, but in the next couple of weeks we would highly recommend, if you can, place your order right away. We are going to be doing a big run of cards, so you will be able to get it faster. But again, every couple of weeks when we gather our cards, we do basically batch orders. So again, no, there's no timeline. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that, Lauren?
No. Once we get the order, like you say, it's done immediately, and it takes a few days, and then it's shipped out to the clients.
Beautiful. And this is a question for me: is how much does it cost to ship envelopes with a customized card to the Caribbean? That is a ticket that you can write to the office. They'll be able to answer it. I think it's like $10-12 because we do need to pay for postage, and most importantly have a signature for delivery. And with the postal, whatever it is that we pay, we basically charge you the same thing to get your card over to you. So send it a support ticket to the product team, and they'll be able to assist you on that part. And all right, so can we have a monthly statement? So we've already covered that. The answer is yes. So we can print and see our transactions with our name on it too right now. Yeah, so you've already answered that. Another great question is, are we going to have a chip card soon or tap?
A great question, because we are in talks with the bank and the processor in developing prepaid MasterCard chip cards. So definitely down the line, that is something we are looking at, and we are already in discussions with our processor and bank.
Beautiful.
That is also tied in with the increase in the limit of the ATM, because with the chip card there's more security, so that way they would allow a higher limit.
Perfect. So this is also another great question. You and I actually talked a little bit about this. I've had a couple of times where I've tried to call and it says it is closed or weekend. So is there any plan to be able to expand your hours for better customer service?
This one will be answered by Sarah. She's in the customer service. We do have 24/7, but she'll add to that.
Hi, okay, so it's a 24 hours. Sorry?
I think the 24-hour service aspect of it does need to be clarified a little bit.
Yeah, so, regular business hours is 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, Eastern Standard Time. There is after hours call service that is usually for, lost and stolen credit cards. And they also can send emails and, leave the phone number with the after hours, and then we'll definitely call them back in the next business days. So they can also get the balance over the phone with the after hours call service, and that's about it. They can always send us an email. We'll always respond within 2 business days.
So, Sarah, explain to me, it is a Saturday, I've lost my card, I don't know where it is. Is there a phone number that people can call to be able to cancel or advise that their card has been lost or stolen?
Yeah, it's definitely the same number, 1-800-624-6171. And it automatically connects to the after hours call service, and they can suspend the card, I believe, or just suspend the card, and then we'll get notification of that, and then call the client back.
Perfect. So can you, everyone, get your pens ready? Sarah, can you repeat that phone number for
1-800
for us one more time?
Sorry? 1-800-624-6171.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that. And so what about the after hours? Because I know when we were talking to Huette, we were talking about possibly, having a 24-hour customer line for, people that are overseas, because when Canada closes, of course, Vancouver is still running, Calgary is still running, USA in certain parts, Nigeria just, is still working. South Africa is still working. We still have Australian LC. So is there any way or any plans to be able to expand the timelines for the customer service so that we can have better access to TruCash customer?
That's definitely something I believe that we're going to be working on in the future, but maybe we can give more accessibility to the people that that have the call center after hours, I guess, wherever they're going to be getting these people at. But yeah, that's definitely something we can definitely work on with Huguette and Diana.
Beautiful.
Accommodate the other people that are not Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to just do a couple more questions and then we'll shut it down, because I know there's a lot of excitement, team, and trust me, I promise you guys we're going to do a lot more of these TruCash webinars. Obviously, you guys love them. You have lots of questions, and you know what? You should. This is a big part of your business. But as you can see, TruCash is really stepping it up. They're doing some amazing things. These ladies are, with us at 10:30 at night, still answering your questions. So I just want to quickly go over a couple quick last comments. A lot of thank yous, and people love it. The other question was, I've noticed there is a $2.50 fee with balance on the card. Why is that there? Can you explain?
Yes, the $2.50 fee, that's the monthly service fee. So that is applied to any card that is active. Because like a bank account, you have to service and hold the balances and maintain all the data. So there's a maintenance fee, a monthly fee, if you will. But again, that is in direct competition with bank accounts. So it's very nominal compared to what the banks charge.
Yeah, we actually looked at that, and that was some of the things that we did talk about at our meeting, where TruCash is very competitive. When you're doing apples to apples from bank to TruCash, definitely very now I'm having withdrawal at night. It's very comparable and definitely a very good rate. All right, next question. I have several attempts to try to change the password on the app, and it keeps on telling me there's a problem with communicating with the secure web proxy server. Again, that's something that I would recommend maybe to send a ticket to, Lauren, or maybe just send you guys an email on that if you're having that issue.
Yes, definitely. We will be working with the app company in order to rectify all of these app issues. We're going to do a full reset of the app and retesting to make sure all elements are covered. That way, once they start utilizing the app, everything will be working succinctly and with no issues.
Beautiful. All right. For the retailers, can they receive their card on their when they basically join as an email operator? That's for me. And the answer is yes, Anna. We just actually have made that update that when you do actually become an email operator, retailer hire, as I had trained this at the North American conference, they're going to receive what's called a welcome kit. And in their welcome kit will have, of course, all the information that's on it. So, of course, the retailers will receive one automatically. Now, one thing that we are doing on our IT side to give everyone an update, when a brand new email owner is launching their mall, we're going to give them the option right at the time of joining to actually get a customized card at the time of sign up. So that is something that our IT team and myself will be working to get it out to you in the next couple of weeks, and we'll send out an email blast. So last couple questions, can we start monthly statements like other banks so that we can see monthly transaction reports, names, so we can print them off? And again, I guess, Lauren, you did clarify this, that already with a new development, you've already done that, yes?
Within the development, the display of the transactions do look like a bank account. However, like I said, we will be developing a button, if you will, for printing, and that print would be in the format of a statement.
Beautiful. Next question, next comment, actually, Lauren. They're asking for an email for contact. Can you please provide us with an email to contact assistance?
Definitely. Sanaz, what we are going to have, we're going to have a direct and dedicated GWT TruCash email. So for any questions, queries, observations, anything, complaints, if you will, it will be, I'll send you the email. I think it will be gwtcorp@trucash.com. Don't quote me on that yet. I'll send the information to Sanaz that she can distribute, and that will be manned directly with Sarah D. She will be the one in charge of that, and then I'll support. So we will definitely set SLA so that you should, let's say it's 48 hours. That's normal time, right? That's enough, right? So that your request will be done within 48 hours or sooner, and that's a great way, Sanaz, so that we can track all questions, send you and GWT a report on the number of queries and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to develop a dedicated GWT email address for you.
I love it. If I can get Sarah one more time to repeat the phone number again, please.
Okay, so our number is 1-800-624-6171.
Okay. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I will have our team to create a flyer for TruCash information. Once I get the email coordinates as well from Lauren and Sarah, we'll do that. But we are working on getting better. Remember our concept, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. We're going to create an amazing platform for you guys. And already in your back office, we have commonly asked questions from TruCash that's already loaded into your back office that you can visit for more information.
Yeah.
So I'm just talking a little bit, Lauren, about bank fees. They're saying, yeah, my bank fees are $12 a month for maintenance fees. So yes, definitely we are comparable when it comes to what we're doing. And Nancy's already sent out an email. She says, thank you very much. And the rest of the comments are all a big thank yous, great training. And ladies, I know you usually don't work this late, but this is called the GWT lifestyle. As we got many people that are just waking up. And of course, we set this Sunday night call. Tonight went late. We had lots and lots of questions. We have lots of amazing comments coming through with thank yous. But again, tonight's call showed us how excited you are about your amazing TruCash prepaid card. So I wanted to take this time once again to thank you, Sarah, and of course, Lauren. Our motto in GWT is if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And again, I can see this TruCash is just getting better and better. This is why our CEO always talks about, TruCash is a great partner with us. Diane, much the same like our founder, is a great visionary and basically is always thinking outside the box. How do we make things easy? How do we make it streamlined? How do we make it, of course, more strategic that's going to help our luxury consultants? So I wanted to really thank you ladies for being on the call with us tonight. And I wanted to pass the call to our host tonight to be able to share any with any of you that are on the call. I know all of you are still on the call here. So I'm going to pass the call back to you, Erin, for any final
unmuted
news. Lauren, Sarah, once again, thank you again immensely for